Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you have the very best day. I'm here to do an intuitive card reading to see what insights, messages, and guidance the universe has to share with us, especially for those who have been feeling kind of lost, like they haven't been going nowhere fast, kind of thing, like life is passing them by, feeling left behind, like things haven't been happening. They keep, trying to move forward, and it just feels like everyone else is moving ahead but not them, even though you're doing your best. So let's take a look at the cards and see what the universe wants you to know. So we have Auburn. Ground yourself. Yeah, one of the things might be you may be ungrounded. If you look at trees and plants, when when these massive storms come, if they don't have strong roots, they topple. And also, if they don't have strong roots, they can't grow very high because they don't have the foundation. They could become too top heavy and topple over. So the universe is wanting you to check yourself to see if you have that foundation, if you are grounding yourself, if you are making sure you have that, strong, stable internal foundation, that even if things on the, outside, the external world look kind of shaky, look questionable, then, the storms are here. Will you be able to trust? Will you be able to have faith? Will you be able to, focus on having internal peace, internal happiness, still find reasons to be gratitude? The whole Uncle Iroh quote of, if you look for the light, you can often find it, but if you look for the dark, that's all you ever see. Sometimes this is the universe way sort of testing us, because when you plant seeds instantaneously, and it could be days, weeks, maybe months for some plants. I'm not an expert, I'm not going to claim it, but there could be long stints of time where it looks like absolutely nothing is happening. You can be like, man, why am I wasting my time? I keep watering these seeds, I keep tending to the soil to make sure weeds aren't choking them out. I keep doing all this work and nothing's happening. But below the surface, everything could be happening. The universe could be working all this magic and miracles and preparing all these beautiful blessings for you behind the scenes. But, the energy we bring to situations, what we believe about ourselves and just in general about life and the universe, that's going to more or less dictate what is allowed to show up in our life, what is allowed to manifest, what we allow ourselves to receive. Like with my family, they are very ungrounded. They lose their minds over the smallest of things. Like, these people have gotten onto full-blown arguments and gone to war over which side a scratch is on some random car they saw while they were walking, and who knows if they'd ever see it again. But it's life and death kind of thing, and they're just trying to convert everybody to come to their side. No, and it's nobody else even saw it, but it's no, come to my side, I'm right. And they think whoever gets the most people on their side is right, and they're just screaming at each other and getting all mad, and that's the kind of things they do. And then they'll also speak ill and speak death over themselves, saying nothing ever goes right, everything always goes wrong, I always expect the worst, then I can't be disappointed, all these things. It's you're not very grounded, you're not very stable, you don't have that inner security with that strong, stable foundation. You are letting, the wind blow you every which way. And, to a certain extent, have the flexibility, have, the adaptability, be able to, bend with the wind instead of breaking. My family, they blow their tops. And, to a certain extent, that's also being human. We have our emotions. We're imperfect, we have our flaws, we have our struggles, we have our challenges. So that's not me being oh, look at them, they're horrible. It's no, I do have compassion for them. I do try to, point things out to them, have conversations with them. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So if people aren't ready to change if they're not willing to be open, if they're closed off and rigid and all that, like, there's only so much that anyone or the universe can do, you know? Like, the universe could be giving you all these things right under your nose, but are you open to it? Are you allowing yourself to receive it? Would you even appreciate it if you got it? Like, my family's not very appreciative. Just recently, there was the whole thing where I made my mom the cinnamon roll pancakes. She was so devastated that the place closes at 2 p.m. and she wanted to go and, like, for dinner and whatever. And it's like, I surprised her with it. Was there any gratitude? No. And in fact, what did she do? She went on a whole-blown rant about all these horrible things when I asked her, oh, tell everyone the good news. Because I knew she was getting ready to go on a rant. And did she address it? No. And then I was like, that's not even good news. And she's like, oh, you made me pancakes. And then went on to the bad news again. And I'm like, whoa. Time out. Why no gratitude? And like, and this isn't me trying to be like, I'm better than them. Like, look at me. Like, I need all their approval. No, but I'm just like, the focus they're having. Because my dad, I went and I got him, Father's Day gifts. Because, recently Father's Day. And, like, I put a lot of thought into them. I got him, all this Spider-Man themed stuff because that's his favorite. Trying to make it also gifts that he could use that aren't just decoration, because my mom is very particular about things, and she even is like, oh yeah, you don't have a room. I just let you sleep here, and it's a whole thing. And, I've had people tell me, like, why are you still being kind to your family? Why are you still doing all these things for them? They're treating you horribly. They're toxic, all these, that, and others. Like, that is true. I do see that, but also I have the internal foundation. I have my, morals, my integrity, and it's like, I don't want other people's actions or lack of actions, lack of gratitude, whatever, to determine whether or not I choose to be kind, and it's just like, yeah, I'll have healthy boundaries, or I'll keep developing them, because that's the whole process, but I want to choose how I show up in this world. I don't want the external world to dictate, whether or not I choose to come from a place of peace, whether I choose to come from a place of kindness and love and, doing my best, to live in integrity. Like what happened with that toxic group of the narcissist, they really tried to get me to sink to their level, to throw mud, to, fight back and get all nasty with them. And, like, honestly, it feels like they wanted the justification to be like, see, this is why, because you were doing me wrong, and look, you yell at me, and you're this, that, and the other. It's like, I don't choose to be like that. I'm still human, so there's times where I slip up, but I don't choose to be like that. And, it can be hard when you experience so many people like that. Like, in my case, I keep crossing paths with all these really toxic people. Some of them definitely narcissists. One of them for sure has the official diagnosis. And so it's like, when they keep coming on, like they're being mean to you, and they're being cruel to you, and they're manipulating you, and they're deceiving you, and they're invalidating you, gaslighting you, and, belittling you, doing all these things, it's like, you might look around and be like, what did I do to deserve this? I keep being kind, and I keep being treated like trash. I keep being disrespected, all these things. And it's just like, listen, it can be very hard, because I've struggled with it, but ground yourself and know your value and know that things are working out for you, because in a sense, it can be like energetic deposits, so to speak. Every time you choose to stay true to yourself, to stay grounded, to, choose kindness, to choose love, to choose trust, to choose faith, that everything's working out in your favor, you are depositing in your energetic bank account. And so it keeps building and building and building. Even in spite of all the challenges, even in spite of all the storms and all the nastiness, all the people treating you horribly, you keep investing in this bank account, and then it will be delivered to you. One day you will get to reap that harvest. Like, sort of like, the story of, what I think the story is called The Little Red Hen, the one with the animals where, like, they never want to do the work, and the little red hen was doing all the work, planted the seeds, tended the garden, harvested it, made it, turned it into flour, turned it into bread. And then after everything was done, when the little red hen had the bread, all the other animals like, oh, now I want to have some. I want to eat it. I want to eat it. It's like, you didn't do any of the work. You didn't show up every day. You weren't investing in your account. You weren't, doing the energetic deposits. It's like, this is my harvest. I am reaping what I have sown. What did you sow? Nothing. You can't expect, to do absolutely nothing and to get things. And there's a difference between trusting and, doing the internal work and showing up as the best person you can be and choosing kindness. That's different than doing nothing. And there's differences. I just want to put that out there because the universe will bless you and you will get, gifted and you can receive, even though you may not be doing what the external world sees as work. There are ways. So trust and believe and all that. And that turned into a longer message than I thought that would. But yeah, Orange, nurture yourself. What is it that you need? How can you nurture your energetic garden? What seeds are you wanting to plant? Are you wanting to plant seeds of kindness, of love, of respect, of prosperity? What is it that you're wanting to plant? Because the energy you put out into the world comes back to you, even if it's not right away. Again, with the whole analogy of seeds and being planted, they don't pop up all fully grown immediately. It takes time. So keep putting in the deposits into your energetic account. And I also want to talk about energy because a lot of people have this really weird relationship with money. And money is a form of energy. It is a resource. It is a tool, a means of, maneuvering in the world. And so a lot of people, have that lack mentality, or they think if they buy something nice to treat themselves, it could be a convenience, it could just be, a fun experience, whatever it is, they'll be like, oh, that's a waste. Is it really though? Is that the kind of relationship you want to have with money? Couldn't you choose to have a relationship with money where you're grateful? It's thank you, money, for giving me this opportunity. And you can also look at it as you are sharing your energy, your love, prosperity with other people. Sure, maybe you don't need, that, let's say you're going out to eat and it's you're getting yourself a treat that you don't necessarily need, but you wanted, and it'll make you feel good and all that. You don't need to, beat yourself up over that, because even if you don't necessarily need it, you are investing into other people. When you go and buy that from the restaurant or the store, whatever it is, you are helping pay someone else's paycheck so they can go home and feed their family, or have a roof over their head, or have the clothes that they need, or the food they need, whatever it is. So it's never truly a waste. It's never truly a waste. And I just want to put that out there because my family's been going on about that a lot and hating on all these people who have money. It's they're doing all this and it's so wasteful. It's okay, maybe they don't need it, but think about how them, having that special room added onto their house, because my mom works with this painting company, but it's just them adding that room onto the house. It's giving other people jobs. It's making sure they have paychecks. So it's yeah, maybe they don't need it, but it's they can still be contributed in doing good. It's not wasteful. Just wanted to put that out there. Yeah. First quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. Yeah. With the whole relationship with money, assess whether or not you have a good relationship with it, if it's actually being beneficial, if it's truly a waste. If, money is truly something of lack, because the universe is abundance. The universe is abundance, so it's just there's not a limited pool for you to pull from. The universe can work miracles and magic, even if you don't see the progress and the results yet. So assess where you're at. Assess, what foundation you're building your life upon. assess what perspective and mindset you're approaching things from, because it can really make or break you, you know? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. Like, that's the thing. So many of us get so caught up in all the things that aren't here, that all the things that aren't working out yet, that we're not where we want to be yet. And yeah, that can be frustrating. Been there, done that. I'm human too. But think about how much of a difference gratitude and appreciation makes. Being thankful, like with my family, like when I'm doing all these kind things for them, yeah, I'm still going to do what I do because I choose to. I choose to be kind. I'm not going to let them dictate what I do and how I show up in the world. But it feels different when you have the gratitude, when you have the appreciation. It's not like I'm expecting them to go out and get me stuff in return. I'm not, wanting this, like, this for that, kind of relationship, transactional relationship. But if someone genuinely appreciates what you did and they're happy and they have that smile, it's a different form of energy. You feel uplifted. And that's also, the universe as well. The universe loves us, we're all the divine's children, but think about it, like if someone's appreciating you, don't you want to give them more? Not in like a sense of I'm going to withhold from you, but it's just like, oh, you really are appreciating, you see the value, you see, all the reasons that this is good, that you can handle this, you're not going to take it for granted, you're not going to let it go to waste, you're not going to let it slip through your fingers, you actually appreciate this, and you like cherish it. I want to give you more. Like, you're someone who will actually like treat this worthwhile, like it's like, and so practicing gratitude really is a shift, and it can change your world, because again, like Uncle Ira says, when you look for the light, you can often find it. If you look for reasons to be grateful, if you look for the silver lining and the bright side, you'll be able to find it. And that's going to shift your energy, because you're not going to be focusing on all the things that, you hate or you're frustrated by or that suck and all that. And it's not that you sidestep it and act like it doesn't exist, but you're choosing where your focus goes. You're focusing on the good. You're focusing on the light. You're focusing on, like, there's so many reasons to be happy. There's so many reasons that I can be grateful, even if they're minor things. Like, I'm grateful that I can have this avenue to share my thoughts, to, interact with you guys. I'm grateful that, the internet is providing us all this access to information and knowledge and opportunities. Like, yeah, there are plenty of challenges and things that aren't the greatest about the modern society, but there are all these perks and benefits and plus sides too. So we could really do a lot by focusing more on gratitude, Yeah, first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. A lot of times we end up unintentionally giving our power away when we fixate on the lack, or we fixate on all the things that are wrong. And, for like my family's like, oh, nothing ever goes right, everything always goes wrong, I expect the worst, that kind of thing. Is like money, is hard to get, it always leaves, there's always too many bills to pay. Like, what you're focusing on, you're giving your power away. You're saying, money's more powerful than me and the universe, like, I can't have I am unable to, decide to be happy, to, create peace in my life, to find things to be grateful for. Like, I have no control, I'm the victim. And that's not to say that in some instances you aren't the victim. Like, I've been the victim of plenty of things, but I don't want to focus on that, because that gives my power away. Like, with that toxic group and the narcissist, I was a victim to plenty of their schemes and manipulations and deceit and all that. I had full-blown smear campaigns against me, and were doing all sorts of slander. Like, that's very much true. Like, it very much happened. But it's like, if I live in that state and be like, look at what they did to me, and that's all I ever do, is like, now they have power over me. They get to control whether I'm happy or not, whether or not I think I'm worthy, whether or not, I'm having a good day, whether or not I have peace in my life. I don't want to give them that power. Like, I want to be able to say that, like, okay, you know what? Things can be hard. Things can be, stormy and turbulent, this and the other. Some things that happen are not my preference, but I want to choose whether or not I'm kind. I want to choose whether or not I create peace in my life. I want to choose whether or not I'm going to be happy. And that's not to say I have to stay happy always, like that's not what I'm saying, but just stepping in our power and realizing that we can speak life and speak things into existence. We can, get in our own way and limit ourselves with our beliefs and, interfere with all these blessings the universe wants to give us because we're not open to them. We're not willing to allow them in and receive. So yeah, like we need to step into our power more. And sometimes stepping in that power is just trusting and knowing that even if things look dicey, even if they look shaky and like very turbulent and stormy, the universe works everything out for our highest good, for our benefit. It's all going to work out in the end. Even if we don't know what that's going to look like ultimately, it's working out in our favor. It truly is. Yeah. Since it's working out in our favor, New Moon and Cancer, relax. The universe wants us to relax, to remember to breathe, to trust, to have faith, because if we are stressing out, like in the metaphor of having a garden, if we're stressing out and being like, oh my goodness, what if the seed's like damaged and it's not growing, like I need to dig it up and check on it, it's like you're going to be getting in your own way. You're going to be harming that seed. If you keep digging it up, it's not going to be able to grow. It's not going to be able to establish those roots. And then how are you going to have a harvest if you're constantly checking up on it and you're freaking out and you're panicking and you're like, oh no, like all these bad things are going to happen, this, that, and the other. It's like, relax, calm down, breathe. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to work out in the end. Even if, it doesn't seem like you're on the right path, the universe uses literally anything and everything for your benefit. So even if you quote unquote go off track and you quote unquote waste time, it's just like the universe will find a way to work that in your favor. Even if you're on a detour, you could be learning skills, experiences, lessons, making connections, like all these things that'll help to get you to your next chapter, to reach your next level. But just because it's not looking the way you think it should, the way you expect, then you'd be like, oh no, it's all like worthless, I'm not no good. It's like, no, the universe is going to help bolster you up and get you to the next level. You just need to relax and believe, okay? Focus on peace. It's going to work out, I promise. I promise. Yeah. Penguin adapting, like, we need to be flexible. We need to be open. We need to be willing. We need to allow ourselves to receive and to adapt. And sometimes that means we need to let go. Sometimes that means we need to release and relax and to trust and to go with the flow instead of trying to force things, instead of trying to like do it all on our own. Because the universe can do so much more than us. The universe has its act together. It's all knowing. It's all powerful. Like all the components of life. The universe has covered. The universe is weaving the tapestry. It knows how everything connects. It's like, no. It's okay. It's going to work out. You, just cool. Just chill. I'm working it out. It's like it could be right around the corner that your next big break is coming. And the universe sees it's like, it's okay. Chill. And, also adapting and coming from our heart space instead of our mind. Like, it's going to do us a world of good. Because this penguin has a big heart on it. And it's like emphasizing the importance of the heart space, of what do you feel in your heart and soul. Coming from a place of love and kindness rather than, fear, scarcity, lack, distrust, bitterness, all of that. Because I had got into this conversation with some of my online friends and they were going on about like how people have done them dirty and like they got into this like little like conversation. It wasn't really a debate because they don't believe it, but like about how certain people are just like, oh yeah, all men are they all suck, they're all horrible. And it's like, I have had a slew of bad experiences with men, but at the same time I also realize that just because I've had Like, I've crossed paths with some very bad apples, some very bad actors, ones that, one of them is a very much narcissist. That doesn't mean everyone's like that. And, like, they'll try to act like, certain people act like, women could do no wrong. It's like, no, I've had plenty of bad experiences with bad actors and bad apples that are women too. Like, all my former toxic bosses, all women, all very two-faced. So it's just like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, we gotta come from the heart space and know that just because we've had those really rough experiences with some people doesn't mean it's all of them. And, just because it hasn't worked out in the past doesn't mean it's not going to work out in our future. Like, with all my rough, rocky experiences with friendships, co-workers / bosses, and, like, family and relationships, like, I have come across so many unhealthy, toxic relationships, and it's just like, I could get it in my head. It's like, oh, it's never going to work out for me. I'm destined to be alone. And it's like, okay, like, I might be more alone right now, but maybe I'm just being forged and refined by the universe so that I'm ready for when I meet these people, whether it be, people to co-create with, people that are friends, people that might be a partner for me, whether in business or romantically or whatever, like found family, whatever it is. Like, we got to be open and willing to adapt, because that is what's going to help us step into our power and just create magic and miracles, Yeah. That rebirth, like, we are entering a period of rebirth. And, we are basically the caterpillar becoming the butterfly, but we are going to stay in the cocoon for a while. Like, the transformation isn't instantaneous. The metamorphosis takes time. So, it might look like nothing is happening for some time, but that doesn't mean the universe isn't working behind the scene to turn you into that butterfly, to set you free, to have this beautiful new chapter. And it is working out for you. And the universe wants you to be more playful, outer playfulness. Like, don't take everything so seriously. Don't be doom and gloom. Relax. Have fun. Be playful, nurture yourself, be grateful, be open, be flexible. Like, it is working out for you, but you also have to be wondering about what beliefs and energy you're bringing into things, because if you are thinking to yourself and feeling and believing that nothing's going to work out for you, it's always going to be this way, you're trapped, you've wasted all this time, everything's going to, a dumpster fire or whatever, like, that's the energy you're going to get returned to you. The energy you put out comes back to you. You reap what you sow. If you're putting all those seeds out there, metaphorically, are you going to be that surprised when it comes time to harvest? And again, the universe will work magic and miracles for you if you allow it. It's going to try, and it's going to try, and it's going to try, and it's going to keep giving you things, even if you have that more limited lack mentality. But, if you don't think you're worthy, odds are you're not even going to accept and let in all these blessings and opportunities, because you're like, oh no, I don't deserve that. Oh no, I'm not deserving. I'm unworthy. No good things ever happen to me. Like, I've been working on doing better about receiving. I know growing up, like, with my family, it made me be like, oh no, I can't just, like, take things from other people. Like, when people want to give me money, like, the time I took my one friend to her dad's funeral, her brother, because it was out of state, and because it was last minute, and her family member bounced and didn't take her, but her one brother was like, oh hey, do you need gas money? And, like, part of me, the old conditioned part of me from my family, not to be a burden, not to, be too needy and all that, I want to say no, but then I was like, wait, this is the universe trying to bless me. I have been trying to bring more in. It's like, I shouldn't just shoot myself in the foot and, like, deny the universe's blessings as it's trying to give it to me, offering this other opportunity. It's like, oh, that would be great, thank you, being grateful for the opportunity to receive. Yeah, be soothing. Like, we need to soothe ourselves a lot. Like, we need to relax, we need to chill. Like, having that internal foundation of peace and well-being and happiness and trust, like, it's going to have us go so far, guys. But we got to work on nurturing it. We got to work on it. Because we can't, like, we're not going to be able to thrive if we don't have the root system, if we're not coming from a strong, secure, stable place. We're going to be like my family, blown up over everything and, you know, not even noticing all the opportunities and blessings and good things that the universe is doing for us. And, you know, the universe still loves us. It's still going to try, but it's going to be hard for the universe to bless us and if we're not going to let it in, you know? Oh yeah, speaking about money. When I respect my money respects me. Like, it's the energy you're putting out there. When you respect, you know, the blessings, the opportunities, you know, and you're grateful, they flow so much easier because the energy you're putting out there, you know? Okay. In the midst of a meltdown, I breathe through the discomfort and come out the other side. That's the thing. The storm will pass. All this, you know, seemingly nothingness of nothing seeming to happen, like no progress, is gonna pass. You're planted. It may seem really dark and, you know, you'd be like, man, but it's like, no, you've been planted. It's okay. It's gonna work out for you, I promise. Yeah, I share my light with the world. Like, you have so much to offer. Don't downplay yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't, you know, act like you're worthless. You have so much to give. Try to step into that confidence, step into that power. Be open to it because you have so much to give. And the world is better with you here, I promise. Yeah, when I shine bright, I give others permission to shine with me. You can be an inspiration for others just by choosing to shine, just by choosing to show up as yourself. And I know that can be easier said than done sometimes, but the universe wants you to shine. Literally. The universe wants you to shine, radiate, let your light shine through. Let your light shine even when it seems like it could be hopeless, even when it just seems so dark and like nothing's going right, you can choose to shine. Like, even amidst my family, like, I've had so many people, okay, like, I haven't met all these, like, so many people in the world and all that because there's lots and lots, but, like, a lot of the people that I've come across that are actually healthier, they're just impressed that I turned out the way I did in spite of my family. Like, I've had people tell me, it's like, it's a miracle you're actually, like, pretty sane and stable and kind and loving. And they're like, what? And other people be like, you're an exceptional human. And, like, to me, I'm just like, I'm just a human. Like, I don't think that it's that good. But if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, like, yeah, like the story of the two identical twins, for the one turned out like the father and the other one did the exact opposite, and their reasoning was both, look at my father, how could I not? It's just like so many people, it seems like, go down the path of becoming what was done to them. It's like, look how I was raised, how could I not? I was never taught, you know, healthy coping mechanisms, healthy communication, you know, how to have a healthy relationship, or how to be honest, or have a open communication, whatever it is. It's like, I wasn't taught that. I wasn't taught how to have warm, loving, you know, supportive relationships. It's like, how would you expect me to do it? It's like, just because your family didn't teach you that doesn't mean you can't try to figure it out. Like, yeah, it's going to be harder when you don't have role models. It's very hard. And, you know, when you're coming across all these people who are doing all these dark, cruel, disrespectful things, like that toxic group, it can feel justified to, you know, give them back what they've dished out. Like, part of me thought about it, and I was like, well, I could. And, like, I was weighing my different options, and I'm just like, but how would I feel if I actually followed through, if I was actually petty and, you know, dished out what they were doing to me? And I'm like, I wouldn't feel so good. I would feel really dark and icky and heavy, and I'm like, no, I'm going to choose kindness. I'm going to choose my light. So yeah, that's the kind of thing that the universe is encouraging you to do. You have a lot of light to shine. Yeah. Morning star, keep shining even when others have quit. Even when others have thrown in the towel because, oh, nothing's happening, no progress happening, I shouldn't stay on this path, I should do something else, maybe you resort back to, this is just how it's done in the world, and so I'm just going to just get some job that I hate, and I'm going to, backstab or use people or whatever, because that's how you make it in this world, it's survival of the fittest. Like, you don't have to give up, because it's those who stay the course that are actually able to have those crazy, life-changing miracles, because they didn't give up. They continued. They pressed forward. They stayed the course even when things got shaky, even when things got dicey, even when things got dark and stormy and turbulent. They stayed the course. And then the storm passed. The dawn of a new day, a new era came, and they were able to have that new chapter of blessings. But yeah, the universe really wants you to shine, guys. Like, you have a lot to give. You have a lot to give. Yeah. Evolve. The cosmic potential flows through you. Yeah, you're definitely evolving. It's a rebirth. Like, you are going from butterfly to caterpillar. And it's a process. It's a process. And so, yeah, replenish. The sun will rise again, and will rise, and we will try again. That's the thing. Just because you might stumble and fall, just because you might make a mistake, just because something doesn't work out the first time, you can be like, okay, what did I learn from this, and try again. But if you give up, if you quit, if you say, you know what, this obviously doesn't work, I've tried multiple times, like, then are you ever going to get what you want? Like with me, I want to have those deep, meaningful, supportive, loving, warm, kind, respectful, open and honest relationships with people that are full of accountability and integrity. And if I stop looking, will I ever get that? Just because, I've had so many time and time again of all these people who did not do it, who were the opposite, who did me dirty, who did me wrong, who, maybe they're scared of my light, I don't know, maybe they felt threatened, whatever it is, they didn't live up to what I was hoping that they would. I saw the potential in them, and they didn't choose to, rise to the occasion. And that's not me trying to, poo-poo on them or anything. They're allowed to be human. They're allowed to have their journey. They're allowed to have their timing. But I'll never find those people if I give up, if I stop looking. So yeah, like last year, that was a nightmare. But if I let them break me, if I let their actions dictate what I think is possible for me and just destroy my confidence and my feeling of self-worth and all that, how am I ever going to find those people that are actually going to meet my deep desire for those meaningful relationships? I won't. Because either I won't put myself in those opportunities to find them, or when life has them cross my path and open that door of opportunity, of possibility, I won't be able to see it, even though it's right in front of me, because I'll be looking for the dark. It'll be all I ever see. So yeah, like, we gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta replenish. Yeah. Eclipse, celebrate cycles. Like, there are seasons of waiting and replenishing and patience and stillness. Like, think about winter. Like, the plants, a variety of animals, they go into hibernation. They conserve their energy so they can be replenished and rejuvenated for the spring. So, just because things aren't seeming like it's working out for you right now doesn't mean it's not. Navigate. Beacons of light in the night sky are there to guide you. That's the thing. If you look for the light, you can often find it. Even in the dark of night, there will be light to guide the way. But you have to be open, you have to be willing, you have to trust, you have to look for it. It will help light your way. It will illuminate the path for you. It will help you navigate and know which way to go, but you have to be looking for it, The light is there. Even if it doesn't always look like it right away. Even if it seems really dark and like things aren't working out for you. Okay, so we have Apple. Temptation will test you. And sometimes this is like the enemy, the darkness trying to test you, to break you, but then there's also the test from the universe to see if you're ready, to see if you're prepared, if you can handle what's coming next, because the universe doesn't want to see you fail. It doesn't want to see you hurt, but it knows that, like with going through school, if it tries to hand you, college, university level coursework when you're a little preschooler or a kindergarten or first grader just entering school, you're going to be overwhelmed and you won't be able to handle it. And you might just may give up on trying to even learn and grow and improve with, schoolwork at all. So you'll be tested, but that doesn't mean you have to bend and break. Sort of like what happened with, all the stuff with my family and all the stuff with those toxic jobs I've been in and all those fake friendships and, that toxic group of the narcissist. It could have broken me. For a while, I've had some really rough patches. It was rough. But, I cried, I let it out, I processed things, and, clarity came back. And the universe came and lifted me up, whether it be, through songs that, would pop up, whether, on, playlists or in stores or what, the radio, wherever, or, through people, the messages I was getting, whether that be through my actual, people I know in the physical or on, YouTube and stuff. So, don't falter. If you need to rest, if you need to take a break, if you need to dust yourself off and all that, that's fine. Just stay the course and keep moving forward, no matter how small your steps, guys. That's why the universe wants you to be grounded so you can reach great heights. Yeah, flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Don't lower your standards. Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't settle for less. Don't play small. Don't dim your light. Because people, let's say that toxic group of the narcissist, they could have convinced me that, I am too much to handle and I just need to settle for whatever I can get. And, even if they treat me like dirt or trash or less than that, even if they walk all over me and, manipulate and deceive and use my feelings to get me with emotional blackmail and all that, so just take that because at least you have some. No, don't lower your standards. Don't lower your standards. Nurture yourself and know what you need. Hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. And that's the thing. The universe is always extending its hand out to you to help lift you up, to help walk you, to help guide you. But it's whether or not you're willing to take it. Because, we can have all this betrayal and broken trust and heartbreak and all that. And so it makes it hard to trust and be like, where were you? And it's just but the universe has been with us every step of the way. The angels have been here. The divine's been here. We are cherished. And they're doing everything they can to help us, but we have to let it in. We have to let it in. Yeah, goldfish. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. That's the thing. The universe is helping us grow. It's helping us evolve. It's helping us have this rebirth. But it's going to take some adapting. And it doesn't hurt, again, to practice gratitude. To be grateful for all that we're getting. Yeah. Rainbow. The most difficult part of the situation is over. That's why the universe is saying, hey, step into your power. Hey, relax. Hey, practice some gratitude. Everything's working out. Keep shining. Everything's working out. Everything is working out. The storm has passed and here's the rainbow as proof. Yeah. It's the dark of night has passed. The dark night of your soul. The breakdown is leading to the breakthrough. Sunrise. It's the dawn of a new era, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. The universe is shining down on you and wants you to shine back, step into your power to be your full, authentic self. It's all working out for you guys. Yeah. The universe is blessing you. 4-leaf clover, great, good fortune. The universe is sending you good luck, all these opportunities, all these possibilities. It's opening all these doors and handing you the keys to success. But you have to be open to it. Have that open heart. Have that open heart so you can have the rebirth. Literally, the universe loves us so much. And we can get in our own way with the limiting beliefs and the negative narratives and all that. And I get it. It's hard being human sometimes. It's really hard. I've been there plenty. it can be a lot of work being a human, but we get to choose how we show up in the world. We get to choose whether we keep shining or whether we let other people break us and, take us down and out for the count. And you know what? Whether you realize it or not, you're stronger than the other people think you are. They're probably scared because they recognize how strong you are, and they want you to not realize how strong you are, how bright you are, how loving and kind you are, how blessed you are, and how you're meant for greatness. You truly are meant for greatness. But I'm wishing you all a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care. Keep shining bright. Sending you so much love and kindness. And I'll see you next time. Bye.